Hey there everybody. Okay, today I'm gonna make chicken pot pie, but I have to make two different batches because Grant doesn't like vegetables, as you guys know. So I'm gonna make one with vegetables and one without because Brooke will be here for dinner tonight. And anyway, I think y'all may have seen this recipe before. Some of you have asked why, or I've had a few messages asking for more Grant cooking videos, but he has one stinking class that doesn't get out until 6, and it just makes it hard for him to cook this semester, but he'll be graduating soon, so we'll have more cooking videos, and he's going to need to know how to do more preparing meals for himself. So I'm going to turn both of these on a low heat with butter. To add carrots to Brooks and mine. You know how I measure, just a couple handfuls, I guess. And I'm going to do half a can of these Italian green beans. I usually use the Allens, but Brooke grabbed these and she didn't grab the Allens. I used more like 2/3. I mean, yeah, 2/3 of that. Then I've already pulled apart a rotisserie chicken. So I'll put about 2/3 of that in. And then the rest in Grant's because he doesn't have other stuff. So. Then, you know me, I always use my Morton Nature Seasoning. And you also know how I measure, so just sprinkle it over the top however much you want. And I also clean as I go, you know that, so that after dinner we can enjoy our meal. So I have Grant's dish and our dish. I spray those. Chicken broth. Favorite spoon's not in here. Do y'all have a favorite spoon? I always like to use a particular spoon for particular things. So I'm just going to let these kind of soak up in that butter and let the carrots get tender. Turning the heat down a bit. And while I do that, I sprayed those pans. I sprayed 3 pans, so I'm going to just thaw a couple of rolls too. I'll do 2 for each of us. And let those start rising. Okay, the press and seal and I had a little battle off camera. But I put some press and seal over those rolls, and I'm just going to put it on this back burner for those to rise. They'll have a little bit of heat on them, or around them, not on them, for those to rise before dinner. Alright, now that that butter has all melted, I use a little bit of Chardonnay. I'm going to put a tiny bit in Grant's, because he doesn't have much substance. And the rest of it in this bottle, in this pan. And that will also help those carrots soften up. Some of these pieces of chicken are very big, so I'm going to make those a little bit smaller. You guys, I have had the TV on most of the day while I've been doing my work from home, and I am just so obsessed with the Nancy Guthrie case. It is just, it has my heart, y'all. I can't even imagine who would do that. I just want answers so badly, and I know they do, and it's just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. I keep thinking maybe it was just somebody that had delivered there before that kind of knew who she was. I don't think it's anybody associated with them personally. I don't know. I don't get it, y'all. It just breaks my heart, and I know that y'all understand. So that's what I've been doing most of the day, trying to concentrate with work while I do that. Okay, so I'm just going to let this simmer for a little bit until the carrots are softened, and then once they do, I'll make a kind of a roux to thicken it up. Put the rest of these green beans in a little container because knowing Brooke, she will want to finish those off tonight. And then I'll know I keep a trash bucket by my cooking station. A little tip from Rachel Ray, so I don't have to make so many trips back and forth to the trash. I'm going to go ahead and thicken his up a little bit. Wish I could sneak some veggies in here, maybe, I don't know, blend some up, do something within the broth, because he just does not eat veggies, y'all. He'll eat a piece of lettuce on a hamburger or a chicken sandwich or something, but other than that, he does not do it. Alright, let me cook in that flour some with broth. He's got a couple of big pieces of chicken in his too, which he won't mind at all. So yeah, he graduates in May with his master's in computer science. We have been working to try to find a job for him, find something that he can do at home, because that would be the best for him. If we can find something similar to what he's doing now, where he's comfortable with everything in tech, then we would do that, but it'd probably be best if it was remote. So if you know of anything, please let us know. A little bit of heavy cream to this. Should probably just make him pick out the vegetables, and then he at least gets maybe some of the nutrients that have cooked into the meal, but knowing him, he wouldn't eat it at all. It's looking perfect, you guys. These carrots are still pretty hard. I'm going to add a little bit more broth to that with that wine. Maybe that'll help those soften up. Okay, pour Grant's in here. Perfect consistency. Just fill up his bowl. Be a couple of servings for him. Every piece of chicken I can. That protein. Alright. that to the sink. Clean as you go. Okay, while those carrots are cooking, I'm going to try to bring y'all over here. I'm gonna roll out some puff pastry dough. There's 2 sheets in here, and I always just use 1 sheet. And hopefully y'all can see my hands from all my cancer spots and everything that were burned off, but can't help it. And get 1 sheet out. I'm gonna put this back in the freezer. Alright, then I have this heavy, heavy marble rolling pin that I just love, but man, it's heavy. I won't roll the crust out a ton because honestly we like the thick pieces. Then I always do it a different way. I don't know why. Just kind of have fun with it. And if you don't want to mess with cutting it and making your pie all cute and pretty, then just throw the pastry dough on there. That works just the same. But sometimes I'm a little much. So I am just going to lay these on there. Corner piece. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but I just put it on there, let's see, like that. Let me get my egg wash. 1 egg and some water in this. I've stirred it up. Just gonna put some egg wash on here, on the dough, and that'll make it, I guess, crispy. Fried, pretty, crispy, whatever. It does the trick. Once that cools off, I will put it in the fridge. And then when the kids get here, I'll pop it in the oven. All right, let me check on the other one. I hope these carrots are softening up. It usually doesn't take them this long. I'm gonna actually turn that down on low and just let those cook for a while. Okay, let's finish this up. I'm going to add some flour to start with the roux, making the roux. Then I'm going to add the rest of my chicken stock. Goodness, there was more in there than I thought. Put that in my trash bucket that's pretty full. I'm going to turn the heat up on this as I stir and let it come to a boil. I'm actually going to add a little bit of pepper to this one. Oh, that was salt. That won't hurt either. But some pepper. Slowly come into a boil. It's at a rolling boil. There we go. Okay, let me add the rest of this cream. This is gonna be so good, y'all. It's one of my favorite recipes. A lot of times I'll cook for the kids and I don't eat because either I'm burned out on the recipe or, I don't know, they like a few things that I cook that I don't really like anymore. Okay, that's thickening up really well. A few more minutes. Okay, I've added the filling to the bigger pan or bigger dish. Now I'm just gonna put the rest of that pastry dough on there. I don't have any rhyme or reason to how I do it. I've done lattice, I've done all kinds of stuff, but it looks so pretty once it puffs up. So honestly, it doesn't matter how you do it. Or you can just, like I said, throw the whole piece of pastry dough on there. I think there's another video on my YouTube channel with the lattice pastry dough. It was pretty. Back in the day when I catered, I would make little individual pot pies to take to the kids at school, or people that ordered, or companies when I catered to big companies. And so I've done a little bit of everything. I'm actually gonna layer it a little bit too. Okay, I've used all that. Now I'll brush on the rest of my egg wash. So it'll look all golden and crispy and beautiful right before we devour it. There we go. Then I'll show you the end product after it comes out of the oven. Which reminds me, I should probably tell you how to cook it. I just follow the package instructions on the pastry dough. I believe it says 425 or 450 for 20 minutes or until golden, and that's what I do. So everything in it is cooked except for the dough. So as soon as your dough rises and looks golden, you're good.